Hello, Digital Dorsey here, and I'm here at the Kenwood booth at a very warm Hamvention, about 87 degrees outside, so it's a good hot one, but no rain, so that's a good thing. We're going to talk a little bit with Don here. We're going to talk about the TS890S, some of the new features. We had the interview last year with him, but we're looking at some new additions to the product. So I'm going to just basically turn over to Don. He can talk a little bit about the product, and we'll ask questions as we go. So Don, it's all yours.
All right, Ken, thanks a lot. Hey, it's Don, W6 GPS, and want to tell you about an exciting product here, the TS890. The 890 is a single receiver HF through 6 meters, 100 watts, built-in antenna tuner, PSK decode, RTTY decode. What can I say? They put their money, Kenwood put their money in a conventional receiver. So we hear this term SDR kind of thrown loosely. Okay, I'm okay with SDR. There is SDR components built in for the waterfall screen, but Kenwood's philosophy is conventional receiver, and it's rated one of the highest on Sherwood's test. Sorry, it's been a long 2 days here. Anyway, so I own one of these, and I played with one of these. In fact, I've made some videos of this radio and some different applications. So if you put W6 GPS in the YouTube search bar, you could see that. But basically, it's a 100-watt single receiver. The receiver, I cannot overemphasize how good it is. So if you have a big pile up, you can separate the pileups from the signal that you want to get.
Very
so
good.
the 100-watt continuous, dual fan. It's got 2 filters that are built in, IF filters that are built in, the optional 270 hertz filter for CW. I can get that thing down to a gnat's whisper, down to like 50 hertz.
And built-in filters.
Built-in filters. And it has a built-in CW decoder. I mean, I grew up in the old days having learned CW. Right. I'm not fluent in it, but I'm able to get on with my keyboard. I can do CW with it, and I can input it, RTTY. I can input it with a keyboard.
Great.
Just plug it right into the front.
While we're on that subject, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But let's talk about connectivity a little bit. I see we have a monitor here, so direct connection to
direct connection on the back. It's a DV output, but you can use a HDMI adapter. So it's a standard DVI output here, and it goes right into the monitor.
Okay.
The other thing is, probably one thing that people just don't know about is that it can connect to the internet, and you can remote it with free software from the Kenwood.
That was my next question.
And so it's basically a Cat5 in the back. You plug it into your network at your home. You may for using around the house when you're on your side of the firewall, works great. When you're on the other side of the firewall, let's just say, hey, if I want to work my house from here in Dayton, you're gonna have to maybe work with your internet provider because there's some ports that you're gonna have to open up. Right. But it's very, very intuitive, very, very straightforward. Right. I had my internet going in 5 minutes.
Awesome.
So you can actually remote it, and I have a computer running around here that I can show off. It does have a touchscreen QSY, so like if you see a signal right here, you can move right to it, just like that.
Wow.
You can change different types of meters here, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But there's all sorts of features, and what I found out, I mean, it's a lot of menu stuff. Probably 80% of the settings that Kenwood has set up, you don't have to change. It has built-in sound cards, so if you want to do voice over IP, it's all built in. But you do have the option of using an external computer.
Very nice. Well, again, in the Sherwood report, gives it really good marks.
That's probably that's all I've heard is people bantering the Sherwood report. Yep. This has more bang for the buck than for the price point. It's a fantastic radio. Probably the one thing that really just gets me is when I go downstairs in my shack, I turn the radio on. It's like really, really quiet. And I think about, well, did I disconnect the antenna? But what it is I've set the IF filtering, and the noise reduction is superb. Wow. And it's working, and all of a sudden I'll see something on the waterfall, I'll tune to it. So noise reduction is probably that, and the IF shift. It's very, very tight. So that conventional receiver is definitely a plus. So
okay, well, thank you very
All
much,
right,
Don.
all right,
We
that's all
really
right.
appreciate it.
All right,
Yeah, that
all
is,
right.
perfect.
And remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
W6GPS.
There you go. Go to his YouTube channel, and thanks a lot.